what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be checking out the brand new Diamond Select Marvel's Old Man Logan Gallery statue. Logan here, sculpted by Ramirez, and stands, let's get the tape measure going, stands at actually close to 9.5 inches. The packaging indicates that he's closer to 9 inches, but as you can see, counting the base itself, it's closer to 9.5, almost even 10. If you take it roughly to, well, that's a closer read. If you take it basically from the base up, he stands roughly around 8.5 inches tall. Getting a look at the pretty cool base that he's standing atop of. It looks like it's like a rock formation that has some varying degrees of browns and beiges making up the majority of the color. I wish it had a little bit extra color because so much of his jacket uses that same sort of brown and this kind of beige gray color that it does seem like there's a lot going on here for the standing base here. We spin it around though, and on the back side we've got some really nice extra details, one of which being Captain America's shield, which is completely, almost fully realized. You really only get the bottom half of it cut off as it's wedged into the stone. The other part though is a fallen Iron Man suit, which has the red, but again has a little bit of that beige color that's been washed into the actual frame, or the torso area of Iron Man, as well as into his helmet. You can see the lights are off on the helmet. Yeah, one small thing about this particular statue is that it does use a lot of browns. You've already got the brown, and it's kind of more of like a rusted brown here in the base, but you've got a lot of the brown also being made use of in the trench coat here as well, where predominantly the color is not the same necessarily as the base. The base seems to have a little bit more of the red in there. But again, it's a lot of brown, and this kind of beige color that we were already looking at makes up really the majority of all the additional secondary color as making up the little creases and areas, giving like a little agedness to the jacket. The jacket looks good, but again, it's just a lot of browns. I wish they had maybe incorporated a little bit more, maybe some grays in here, like stark gray, to offset the coloring of the bluish gray of his slacks. At least it can be said you've got a little bit of that red that brings a little bit more element to the statue, where it's just not all very dark, moody colors. The red, again, brings a little bit extra to that. The face sculpt is pretty good. You got a nice grizzled look here on Logan with the shorter hair and beard. He's a paler complexioned figure, a more sterner look also on his face. A grimace could have also gone a long way on this particular face sculpt, but instead they favored a more just subtle, very stern look instead. The sculpting, again, is very good on him. I could say maybe a little on the pale side. In fact, actually in person, the skin tone reads a little bit more like a peach color. I don't know if actually the camera's picking it up. The camera looks like through the viewfinder that the flesh tone is actually a little bit more accurate, but in person it does look like it's an awful stark peach color incorporating into the flesh tone. I like the sculpt of the eyes though. I think the eyes are done really nicely. The overall, the overall sculpt on the face is pretty good actually. Coloring I think could have been tweaked just a little bit, but I think the overall statue looks great. You can see as well he's got his adamantium claws sticking out. They are fragile. I can only stress that a few times. I won't, bog down this entire review playing keyboard with his claws here, but they are a little on the fragile side, so of course be a little careful when it comes to that. With the recent success of Logan in theaters, and now of course on DVD and Blu-ray, it's a great time actually to get into picking up Old Man Logan pieces. This particular piece does look pretty good. I wish maybe some extra coloring could have been allowed for maybe just to break up so much of the brown that is made use of here on the statue, but overall it's a great looking piece that you can add to your collection. Today we were looking at the Old Man Logan gallery statue from Diamond Select Toys, which is now currently available in comic book stores. That's actually where I picked up this guy for myself. It was about $60 or so, which is about on par with most of the gallery PVC statues from Diamond are roughly about that size. They're about that price point. Certainly as well, if you have a tough time finding your local comic book store, you can go to www.comicshoplocator.com. Helps that. I did it. I made use of it. Finds a comic book store in your area, bazingo, and you can always go then there and pick up beautiful pieces like this. If you haven't also had a chance to subscribe to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that little subscribe button down below. You're good to go. And also, if you're a fan of the gallery statue pieces, I've covered a whole bunch of them in the past. You can also go back and check those out via the playlists that are available for you. Thanks, guys. See you next time.